So if you've been shopping for a streaming device lately, you probably noticed something. They're getting really expensive. And over the past couple months, we've watched Walmart raise their prices on its streaming devices. Apple dramatically increased the price for the Apple TV, and now Roku has officially joined the party. So the big question is, what's next? So today we're looking into why streaming devices prices are suddenly exploding, what's causing it, and whether the Amazon Fire TV lineup could be next. So we're gonna jump right into it. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Let's go. So this isn't just a company making business decisions. This is becoming an industry-wide trend. Now, earlier this year, Walmart increased its prices across its entire on-streaming lineup. Then Apple shocked everyone by raising the prices of Apple TV by as much as $100, depending on the model. Now, Roku has officially increased the prices across every streaming device that they sell, and here are some of the biggest changes. So the Roku streaming stick jumped from $29 to $39.99. The Roku streaming stick Plus went from $39 to $59. The Roku streaming stick 4K increased from $49 to $79, and perhaps the biggest surprise, the Roku Ultra jumped from $99 to $149. That is essentially a 50% increase. Now, when multiple companies raise prices around the same time, that usually is a sign of something bigger happening behind the scenes. So why are prices going up? Now, according to industry reports, one of the biggest reasons is something that most people would never think about: artificial intelligence. Now, massive AI data centers are buying enormous quantities of RAM and flash storage. Those same memory chips are used inside nearly every streaming device, as well as computers. Now, unlike your television or laptop, streaming boxes are relatively inexpensive products. So that means that memory chips usually make up a much larger percentage of the total manufacturing cost. So when RAM prices go up, manufacturer either absorbs the cost or pass it on to the customers, and recently they've been choosing option 2. So which devices got hit the hardest? So some of these recently increased devices are honestly kind of shocking. The on HD stick more than doubled in price from just under $15. Now it's almost $30. The on 4K Plus increased almost 70%, and even Apple's premium streaming box jumped dramatically. Then 64 gig Apple TV went from $129 to $199. Now the 128 gigabyte Ethernet model increased from $149 to $249, and that's no longer a small upgrade. So interestingly, the on 4K Pro only increased about $20, which actually makes it look like one of the better values today compared to many of its competitors. So is the Fire TV stick next? Now that's going to be the elephant in the room. So Fire TV devices haven't increased in price as of yet, but that doesn't mean that it necessarily that they won't. Amazon is in a unique position. Unlike Roku, Amazon makes money from their massive ecosystem. So shopping, Prime subscriptions, advertising, your smart home devices, streaming services, and because of that, Amazon can often afford to sell Fire TV hardware with very small profit margins. However, if memory prices continue to rise, even Amazon has limits, and industry analysts believe that if Amazon follow Roku's pricing strategy, we could see something like this. So the Fire TV Stick HD moving closer to $40, the Fire TV Stick 4K jumping to around $60, Fire TV Stick 4K Plus reaching nearly $80, and the Fire TV Stick 4K Max approaching $90, and of course the Fire TV Cube climbing to around $200. Now, before anyone panics, none of this has happened yet. These are simple projections based on what we've already seen from other manufacturers. So what about Google TV and Nvidia Shield? So there are still a few major devices that haven't increased their price. So Google TV Streamer, Nvidia Shield, and of course Fire TV. But Google may actually be the most vulnerable, because if you remember, the Google TV Streamer comes with 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs of storage, and that's significantly more memory than most streaming devices. Now, if RAM and storage prices climb, Google will eventually face the same decision as everyone else. Then there's the Nvidia Shield Pro. It already costs around $200, so there's less room for Nvidia to raise prices without making it even harder to justify. Now, if you watch some of my videos, there are already rumors that parts of the Shield lineup may be nearing the end of life. I wouldn't necessarily expect another price increase from Nvidia. So should you buy now? Here's the good news. List prices don't always tell the whole story. So Roku devices are already on sale for their previous prices. Fire TV devices spend a large portion of the year discounted during Prime Day, Black Friday, holidays, and other Amazon events. So even if list price increases, the real question becomes, what will the devices actually sell for during these major sales? And that's really what matters to consumers. So if you're planning to upgrade over the next few months, I would keep a close eye on seasonal discounts. And that's because we may be entering an era where waiting for sales become more important than ever. All right, so final thought is, it's pretty amazing how quickly things have changed. Just a couple years ago, you could pick up an excellent streaming device for $30, $40 without thinking twice. Now, many of those same devices are pushing $50, $60, $80, or even $200, depending which one you're getting. The days of ultra cheap streaming hardware may slowly be coming to an end, and the next few months will be especially interesting to watch. Will Amazon hold the line? Will Google prices increase, or will memory costs finally start coming back down? And we'll find out soon enough. But definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comment section. If your favorite streaming device suddenly went up $50 tomorrow, would you still buy it, or would you switch to a different brand? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, smash the notification bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.